Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. We're piloting a pretty crazy Shaman deck. It's not crazy good or anything, but we does have Malygos and Alakir the WINDLORD. WINDLORD. If I say Alakir the WINDLORD and kind of glide through the D, it sounds like I'm making a stupid pun, which I tried to come up with one in the last video and failed miserably. But anyway, 2 legendaries is definitely greater than the average number of legendaries, which is 0. Well, if you did the math, it's probably like point something, but I'm pretty sure the average number of legendaries per deck is less than 1, because in most decks you don't even get any legendaries at all and really don't pause to think about it very much. Do I have any epics in this deck? I actually don't think I have any epics, do I? I don't think I do. No Earth Elementals, Farsights, no Giants. I don't think I have epics here. It's just 2 legendaries and a bunch of rares. Interesting. Anyway, Miko the Druid is our opponent. I was playing Druid before this in the ranked queue, trying to get some daily quests out of the way, and man, Druids suffer hard against Shamans, apparently, is the name of the game. This guy has what I now know are the Fireside card backs, which you get either by playing with friends or by following some kind of a hack instruction manual from Reddit. And honestly, after all that effort, who gives a fuck? Because it's whatever, your card backs look a little different. I'm all about cosmetic changes. I really, really am. I love it when you can pay for stuff in games to make it look different, like in League of Legends, skins. But these card backs, it's like the back of the card. I just cannot get excited about them at all. Oh, they're yellow. Oh, well, these are blue. Anyway, I mulliganed Fire Elemental. I only got the 1, and, you know, seeing it back in my hand again, obviously it's not usable for a while, but it's just such a good card. It's such a good card. You sometimes want to keep it even if you're not actually going to end up using it. Unfortunately, my opponent, well, not unfortunately, but my opponent is going to shapeshift into my Urgent Squire, so I might just have that thing die if I cannot flip a Taunt Totem here. I could coin into Unbound Elemental. I'm not going to do it, though. I got a gut feeling my opponent is going to shapeshift into Argent Squire again, and when he does so, I'll just play the Unbound Elemental then. I'm not really getting that far ahead by playing this thing, because I can't do anything anyway. No, he's going to do the Worgen, which is actually real bad. Oh my. If I played Unbound Elemental, he could kill the Argent Squire with the Worgen, turn on Wind Fury, and kill the Elemental. So I have to use my coin, which is sad. I was kind of hoping to keep that coin to maybe accelerate out an early Fire Elemental, but we got to do this. This is desperate times calling for desperate measures. I could be in real trouble if he silences this. Hard for a Druid to kill this at 4 mana, but if he silences it... and then he turns on Wind Fury. Oh man, this is bad. So now I have to wait 3 turns for this Elemental. All I can do is play an Unbound Elemental, which is a 2/4, which is alright, but if he drops a big 4-drop, I could be in trouble. Well, we'll see if he has a way to stop me from killing it. He does, kind of. This could have been a Flame Tongue Totem. Oh my god, I regret it. I regret that this is not a Flame Tongue Totem. I would much rather have a Flame Tongue Totem than this dude. Well, let's think about our options. One option is I could hex this thing, kill it, kill that. I'm short 1 hex for, you know, Iron Barks or whatever, but I do have 2 other hexes in the deck, so maybe it's okay. But other options, I could flip a totem. If I get a spell damage totem, Forked Lightning will actually kill the Worgen. If I don't get a spell damage totem, well, I could Earthshock the Senjin, and then I could kill his Worgen with my Senjin. And he's left with 3/4, I have a 3/2. I could also play Unbound Elemental and Forked Lightning, get a 3/5. Just accept that this guy has Wind Fury get turned on. Use this to kill off his Senjin, and then use the Argent Squire to finish that off. Okay, I like that plan the best. Because what that does is it gets my Overload out of the way on turn 5. And I like that a lot because I don't want Overload on turn 6. I want to be able to play a Fire Elemental on turn 6. And once again, I've got this Healing Totem. A Taunt Totem would also have been good. It would have protected my Argent Squire. And a Spell Damage would also have been good because it would have let me kill his Worgen with Forked Lightning. So honestly, you might say like, oh, it healed up. You're so lucky you got it. But the other ones would have actually been even better than the Healing Totem that I got. Well, I did a lot of thinking that turn, and I think it was worth it. I think my thinking let me find a really good sequence of plays. The disadvantage, of course, is that by using Forked Lightning, I ended up with only 3 mana this turn. I can make a totem and Argent Squire, but this is a 4/6. It's pretty big. We'll just frog it. So this does mean that if he plays a Boulder Fist Ogre now or something, I could live to regret it. However, I do have a Fire Elemental that I can now play. See, Boulder Fist Ogre, Fire Elemental, drops to 4 health. Oh god, yeah, that's not good. I am not doing good if he plays a Boulder Fist Ogre. He said, well played. This is a little bit, but you know, baloney level Sherlock Holmes. I don't know for a fact this is true, but my suspicion is that he said, well played, because he probably did not think that I had a Hex. Like, let's imagine he's an ultimately, like, really, really good player. He might have thought, okay, I just played Ascension, my opponent didn't use Hex on it, he did some other stuff instead, and then he whipped out the Hex from the left side of his hand anyway, so maybe he just, like, felt like, you know, I fooled him. Anyway, here is a pretty easy move. We will just play Fire Elemental, shoot that dead. Now, do you hit with Ascension or this? Let's keep the Unbound Elemental healthy. Now, that well played is a little weird. I don't think there was anything well played about Fire Elemental. I think the turn where I forked Lightning with the Unbound Elemental, that was well played. Because I didn't use Hex or Earth Shock, and I know some people would have been tempted to. Alright, so he's got, wow, just drop after drop after drop of big stuff. Lava Burst, if I could get spell damage, would be enough to kill this. I could also use my Fire Elemental, or I could also ignore it. Yes, I could play the Grizzly and ignore this thing and try to race him out. That seems a bit silly. Let's take our 1 in 3 chance, see if we get a spell damage totem. We actually did. Well, that was lucky, there's no question about it. So now we get to do that. Kill that thing, grow the Unbound Elemental. And let's play an Argent Squire, because there's really no reason not to. It's not like we're going to have Unleash the Hounds played against us or anything. Okay, well, now with a little bit of luck there, I should win the game. If he plays an Ironbark Protector, I've got Earth Shock for it, and I'm good. He's going to silence my Unbound Elemental, so that reduces a lot of damage. He's going to play a Big Dumb Beast. So you have a Sun Fairy Protector to give both these guys taunts, noise, and ooze, which does absolutely nothing. That should be the game. I thought, nope, not quite. 6, 8, 9, 11. Oh, the Blue Glow Warrior pushes me over the edge. So the Flame Tongue Totem would have been better in this game than that night. I might have misdrafted that. Although I ended up getting another Flame Tongue anyway. But I could have just as well gotten another Knight. Ooh, a Gold Bloodlust. That's cool. It's always nice to get gold versions of cards that don't suck horribly. And here we are at 3. So about this time is when I usually comment on how good I think the deck is. Despite being at 3 wins, those are pretty tough wins, I would say. I think this deck is, you know, above average. I think this deck's, you know, average, but I'm so good at the game, I'll take it above average. No, I think it's an above average deck. I don't think it's mind-blowing. It's got 2 legendaries, but they're both pretty expensive, so I don't think they're going to change the game much. But it is nice to know that I've got some aces in the hole in case the game does go super long. Mike Asbestos. What does that even mean? Alright, do you keep Lightning Storm in your opening hand? Yeah, you do. I'm just sick of losing games because I mulligan it. I'd rather lose the game because I had a dead Lightning Storm in my hand than lose the game because I mulligan Lightning Storm and then he played some kind of freaking aggro nonsense. Lightning Storm will also kill off all of his recruits, maybe against, like, someone else. Not a paladin, like a warrior. I might have mulligan Lightning Storm, but it just seemed like a good thing to keep. Alright, well, I hope I don't need to play the Stormforged Axe on turn 2 here. I'd really rather not, because that way I can play the Grizzly on turn 3. Of course, oh shoot, you know what the problem is? If I don't play this on turn 2, he's going to make a recruit at the very least, and if I play the Grizzly on turn 3, that means he's going to have a, means he's going to have a recruit on the board. And you don't really want to let Paladins keep creatures. What's nice about the Stormforged Axe is you get rid of 3 of his recruits, at least. Like, it's guaranteed to come in use against a Paladin, so maybe putting it on turn 2 is worth it. Well, anyway, all that might be a moot point. If he plays a 2-3, I'll be in real trouble. Plays a 2-2! Alright, well, the Stormforged Axe is coming down the mountain. Here it comes. Argent Square would have been really nice last turn. Thanks, game. This is annoying. If I had actually mulligan Lightning Storm, I would have had this to play on turn 1, which that doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it would have been really good to have. Now I'm not going to get it down anytime soon. Does he have an ooze? No, he's just a recruit. It's fine. I will totally kill these recruits, like, all day, every day. No question. So is it better to put out a totem or is it better to make an Argent Squire? I'm gonna actually put out a totem. Let's use up all of my mana. Ends up being really similar to an Argent Squire anyway, just without the Divine Shield. So next turn I have 4 mana. We'll play the bear and the Arsenal Squire. And I got to put a totem out. So I spent more mana here. And when you're stuck between 2 options, you know, pick the one that uses up more mana. Sometimes you have to make a distinction between mana total and card mana. Like here I used more mana total, but it was with my hero ability. Sometimes it's better to use up more of your card mana. I don't think this is one of those situations, though. Well, I'm going to make a decision here. I am going to play the bear, the squire, and I'm going to use up my totem to kill the recruit instead of the axe. My reason for that is quite simply that I feel like the axe has a decent chance of being more useful later. And since I had a reasonable alternative, I took it. I will often choose a reasonable alternative to things. It's actually a good standard, like as a way of making decisions. There are sometimes things that you shouldn't avoid doing absolutely. You just should avoid doing them if you have a reasonable alternative. If you don't have a reasonable alternative, go ahead and do that thing. Like if I didn't have that 1/1 totem, like if it had been any of the other totems, I just would have killed that recruit with the axe. But because I had a reasonable alternative, I chose not to. He's actually going to play Spellbreaker, which is pretty much the least scary card he could have conceivably played, honestly. Truce Over Champion, Hammer of Wrath would have both been really annoying. So I could play Flame Tongue, which would let me trade the Divine Shield up into the Spellbreaker, and also make a totem. The disadvantage, of course, then is I'm not playing my Azure Drake. I really want to play the Azure Drake, so we're going to play the Azure Drake, see what card we get. Stormforged Axe, well that makes it easy, so we'll use the Stormforged Axe, Divine Shield, to kill that off. We're going to then play attack with our 3/3. So once again, I have a handful of wacky cards, unless he drops, like, you know, Fen Creepers or something that are worth hexing. Pretty sure this is all going to be dead in my hand for a while. Lightning Storm that I kept is really underwhelming. Of course, with Malygos and Alakir, I feel like there should be some kind of a pun with Alakir, like some kind of easy pun, but I don't know what it is. Look Alakir? I know no, I don't know what's going on. Alright, anyway, Flame Tongue Totem is a good card is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and do the Knife Juggler. Flame Tongue. The knife hits his face, which is good. I don't want it to hit the Yeti, because the Yeti's dead anyway. We'll make a totem. Fling another knife. And we're going to swing for 9 damage, which is not to be trifled with. I mean, this just did, like... This thing right here for 2 mana did 6 damage this turn. 2 to the Yeti and 4 to his face. That's kind of awesome. 6 damage for 2 mana. Obviously, it's conditional on you having minions, but... still, pretty strong. Now I've got 2 hexes, so I'm ready to kill back-to-back big drops. And if he plays a bunch of little stuff, I got Lightning Storm. This actually should be fine. Mainly, the only thing I'm worried about is Equality Consecration or Equality Avenging Wrath, which, well, Avenging Wrath, that would be turn 8. Because if he clears my board, he's going to actually have card advantage. Well, no. Equality Consecration will have 5 cards to my soon-to-be 5, but my cards are kind of wacky. Right, so he takes a chance and plays Cairn. I can get hexed, obviously. Let's just check, though. I might be able to kill him. This is 9, 12, 14, 16 damage. Yep. This is very bizarre, holding 2 hexes against Cairn and not killing him, but, you know, always look for the win, kids. Always look for the win. Alright, well, we beat Cairn Bloodhoof. But that paladin played no removal, no True Sliver, no Hammer, no Consecration, no charge creatures. He just didn't ever do anything. He played Recruits on turn 2 and 3, then a Yeti, and then Cairn, and I don't know what he did. There was one other intermediary turn in there. No, he played a Yeti on turn 5. I don't know what turn 4 was, but he just didn't do anything, so we won. Yay! The thing about Flame Tongues is there's definitely a thing as having too many Flame Tongues. I've suffered for it, maybe even lost games for it. But so far in this run, the Flame Tongues have been amazing. Grapefruit 21. Because I've got these early plays, should I keep my Azure Drake? No, but I will keep the Gnomish Inventor. I think a 5 is just too much to keep. Got Lightning Storm, alright. Do you coin the 2 1-drops out on turn 1, or do you just play them one at a time? I think yes, I will coin them out. That way I can make a totem on turn 2. Even though it means delaying the Gnomish Inventor by a turn, I think it's worth it. To get that immediate board presence. Malagos, well I haven't seen him yet. It's the first time he's deigned to show himself. I might not play him at all this game. It's, you know, it's going to be a while here. Especially since I used my coin. I was not going to keep the coin to try to coin out turn 8 Malagos. That's silly. Makes me wish I were a druid playing with innervates. Alright, Spine-sized Summoner, wonderful. We will not even bother lightning bolting that. We'll just make a totem, trade the Infiltrator for it. Swing. Now this thing, well, it could be good or bad. Obviously you say, well, she could Fire Blast it, but if she spends her whole turn Fire Blasting it, notice she's spending her 3rd turn responding to my 2nd turn, so that's a victory for me. She might even leave this alone. South Sea Captain. Well, here's the interesting thing. I want to kill that with Lightning Bolt, obviously, but then I can't play the Gnomish Inventor next turn. Still, though, better than leaving this alive, I think. So we'll just do that. Make another totem. Lightning Bolt. Swing for 2. Cry that I'm not playing Gnomish Inventor next turn. And call it a day. Almost makes me wish I'd kept that Azure Drake, because now it'd be great to have. If I keep drawing my removal spells, I'm going to be in really awkward shape, because I've got this which can't be played. And I've got this which... And I got these like removal spells that are inapplicable. Hex. Oh, God. Don't want to use Hex on a freaking Dread Corsair. But what else am I doing with my life? Nothing. So I either Hex the Dread Corsair or I Lava Burst it. Well, do I want to be overloaded for 2 next turn? No, because I really do want to play this Inventor for Christ's sake. So yeah, we will do the Hex. Maybe if I only had 1 Hex in the deck and not 3, I would have just sucked it up and not done that. But then again, if I only had 1 Hex, there's a 2/3 chance that that card I had in my hand would have not been Hex, but instead would have been, you know, one of the other cards I drafted. Booty Bay Bodyguard. Wow, she likes playing with taunt. Well, there's the Azure Drake. I get my wish. If I Lava Burst now, I'll be overloaded for 2, so no Azure Drake next turn. But am I just going to play the Azure Drake and have it trade with that thing? Or the Gnomish Inventor and do nothing? God. Alright, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play this, and I'm just going to try to have it trade with the Booty Bay Bodyguard. That will be the plan. Because, I mean, that's card advantage. If this actually trades the Booty Bay, I got a card for this. This obviously didn't get a card, so I come out ahead there. Now, if she removes it, well, then next turn I can maybe Lava Burst this thing, but I don't want to give her that. Ah, she pings off the Divine Shield. So there is almost certainly a Flame Strike coming down the mountain if she chose to ping this off instead of just straight up killing the Searing Totem. Okay, so I believe there is a Flame Strike imminent. Although maybe do I just always believe that? I don't know. I could Lightning Storm, which is guaranteed to kill this and will kill this either outright or with the help of one of my 1/1s. Then I cannot play the Gnomish Inventor, however. Maddening. If I play the Gnomish Inventor and I kill this Tauren Warrior with my Drake, then this guy, well, then she just Flame Strikes and my whole board dies, and then this guy survives, which is kind of annoying. Play the Yeti, which will trade with the Booty Bay as well, and perhaps Flame Strike. Ah, so maybe that's what I want to do. I think that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and totem up. Spell damage. Now I can deal 7 damage with Lava Burst. Or get a guarantee. Ooh, I can get a guaranteed kill on both of these now. Ah, if she Flame Strikes, the Booty Bay can kill my Yeti. What to do? I don't have to play Yeti. I could play this and draw a card. I don't need cards, though. Man, I'm not sure if it's worth it to Lightning Storm to kill this off. Okay, we'll do it. I don't know if that was the right move. I'm assuming that next turn we have a Flame Strike incoming. I got her down to 20 health. And after everything gets Flame Struck, which is her whole turn, she has 4 cards left to my 6 after I draw, 7 after I play the Gnomish Inventor. So it's like I'm ahead after the Flame Strike, and I got to deal a good amount of damage. Blizzard. Well, I'm actually happy about the Blizzard. Very rarely am I happy about Blizzard over Flame Strike, but I mean, Blizzard lets me keep this around. Flame Strike would have obviously killed it. Alright, do you play the Yeti or the Inventor? Let's actually go ahead for the Inventor. Get a card. And then next turn for 8 mana, I can actually draw both of these, both of which survive Flame Strike, so the opponent could ping one off to death, but not the other. Mirror Image I don't really care about too much. That's actually totally irrelevant. And Sea Giant. Okay, that is unfortunate because I've already used my Hex. But I have such a big board, it's almost okay. Alright, yeah, let's think. I could actually deal 6 damage here. Unfortunately... Well, actually, I need to think about this very carefully. So... let's talk. Real talk, ladies and gentlemen. If I were to, say, play the Senjin and a Yeti and kill the mirror images, the disadvantage is that then it's possible that the Sea Giant will be around when I play Malagos next turn. Yeti plus Senjin, I mean, I'm threatening to kill the Sea Giant. She doesn't seem to have Flame Strike. That could be okay. I could kill the Sea Giant this turn if I Stormforged Axe, kill a mirror image, use the No Mission Adventure, kill a mirror image, and then... Actually, no. Stormforged Axe a mirror image, Azure Drake a mirror image, Lava Burst deals 6, No Mission Adventure kills it. I've still got 4 mana left over. Sorry, 3 mana left over. I could still play a Grizzly, Shizzly, but then I'm not playing Malagos next turn. If I play Malagos next turn and I have both Lava Bursts, that means I'll be threatening to deal 10 damage apiece with these. Alright, we'll try for that, even though I'm leaving the Sea Giant alive. I think there's a decent chance with this board that I'll get to just kill the Sea Giant next turn anyway with my minions, and then play Malagos anyway. And then try to kill her next turn with double Lava Burst, which is fun. Probably not objectively correct, but fun. And I'm way ahead on cards, so I have some margin for error in this game. Lord of the Arena. Okay, so she does not actually have Flame Strike or anything, but she does have this, which is really irritating because it might stop me from killing Sea Giant. And actually will. I cannot kill Sea Giant because I'm come up with 1 damage short of killing that. Basically, oh my god, this is annoying. You know what? This is just... this is annoying. If I play Malagos, I can kill the Lord of the Arena with the Drake and No Mission Adventure, but then this thing will survive with 1 health. So it could hit my Malagos and then take it down to 4 health, and then she could kill it off really easily. I think it's worth it not to try to do anything fancy. Let's Lava Burst this, flip a totem. If it's a healing totem, that means my Drake can be saved. If it's not, okay, the Drake cannot be saved, so since the Drake is going to die anyway, let's do that. Stormforged Axe seems a little bit risky. Let's not do that. Let's instead just throw the No Mission Adventure away. Play on for a Grizzly. Hit her in the face with the Yeti. Okay. So, I still have Malagos here. Oh, I can't play him because I'm double overloaded. Thanks to Lava Burst having overload too. Well, gotta wait a while before I can play Malagos, I guess. Alright. This is not a big deal at all. Really not a big deal. Because Lava Burst is a good card. It does, unfortunately... unfortunately, I still can't play Malagos next turn because I'm, again, going to be overloaded for 2. My opponent must be very annoyed that I am getting 2 Lava Bursts here. But we're going to go ahead and kill that off. Do that. Play Stormforged Axe. And I'm going to start hitting her in the face. Might as well take the extra overload here since I'm going to be overloaded anyway. Poor Malagos. This could have been a Gruul, or it could have been a Harrison Jones. I think this is the one that could have been a Harrison Jones. And a Harrison Jones would have been better. Just because I would have actually gotten to play it, as opposed to this, which is sitting in my hand all day. Alright, she's trying to kill off my Yeti. I've got a 50-50 chance of getting a healing totem. Need to check if I can win now. Forked Lightning will kill off the mirror images. This is 7, 9. Yeah, that actually is lethal damage, so always check for the win. So now we drop this down. Swing, swing. I don't even need the Blue Go Warrior. Malagos sits in my hand. Well, still, I'd rather have him sit in my hand and win the game than play him and lose the game. Did I say well played? I think I did. That was a good game. She needed Flame Strike. It would not have won her the game. It would have pretty much reset things. Probably with me still having a slight advantage on cards. But since she didn't have Flame Strike, since she had Blizzard instead, she just pretty much didn't have a chance. So she just had to have Flame Strike to have a chance at that game. She could have still lost. But without Flame Strike, it was pretty much impossible for her to win unless she had, like, just the tippy-top best cards possible. Kind of surprised to be at 5-0 here. I still have not played... Well, I did play Alakir the WINDLORD in my first game, but I haven't played either my legendaries much. And I have not had any epics because there aren't any in the deck. So, yeah, it's been kind of remarkable how good this has been. We'll mulligan the Hex because I've got 3. If I only had 1, I would have kept it. And we do get the other one here. Now we'll have a choice. Do you play the Wolf on turn 2, which is like one of my least favorite things to do, is to play a Direwolf Alpha on turn 2. Like, the odds of the ability getting used are like almost 0. Or do you coin out Unbound Elemental on turn 2 and play another one on turn 3? That's a very strong start. Really holds up against just about any other beginning your opponent could play. I think I'll probably go for that. I have a splinter in my finger. Oh, this is annoying. It's one of those splinters you can't quite get out. Well, we'll have to deal with it later. So we're not going to coin out the wolf. I could coin a totem and then play the wolf afterwards to give the totem 1 attack, but that's a little bit silly. I do that with Flame Tongue totems, but not with the Direwolf Alpha. And by that I mean coin a totem on turn 1. Come on, Splinter. Work with me. And by work with me, I mean get the fuck out of my finger.
You shall not pass.
Shield Bearer. Touché. Alright, well, let's go ahead and drop the Unbound Elemental number 1. My opponent needs a Shadow Word Pain to take care of that. And then he needs to and then that'll be his whole turn. Then I'll play Unbound Elemental on turn 3, and he needs a Shadow Word Pain to take care of that, probably. Unless he'll have, like, Wolf Rider and Abusive Sergeant or some crap, which actually did happen, so it's not, like, that wild.
I must consider.
I could play Stormforged Axe next turn, but I'd much rather not. I'd much rather play the Unbound Elemental. And then on turn 4, Wolf plus Stormforged Axe lets me deal some bonkers damage. Oh my goodness, that's a really good card for my opponent. Man, these Worgens. So now if I just calmly play Unbound Elemental, the Worgen can run into this one and then, like, kill the other one. Ball sacks. Okay, well, we're going to have to do a slight change of plans here. We're going to have to play the Grizzly for Shizzly and run into Shield Bearer. Notice this Shield Bearer was quite good. I mean, if it hadn't been for the Shield Bearer, I could have just, you know, whatever, Wolf killed that, or just Stormforged Axe killed that. But if I played Stormforged Axe, that was an option. I could have killed off the Shield Bearer and had this be a 3/5. Yeah, maybe that would have been better than playing the Grizzly. The Grizzly puts me at the mercy of things. Looks like unless my opponent has an Abusive Sergeant or something crazy, he's going to get some value out of this ghoul. I think my opponent just messed up. He should have 100% used the Worgen to kill my Grizzly. He's just opening himself up to trouble. Now, he's figuring, okay, you kill my Shield Bearer, this becomes a 3/3. No, I guess that's... okay. I could do this to kill the Shield Bearer. This is a 3/5. Kill this 3/3. Kill this 3/3. It's one option. I have the Wolf, but the Wolf actually does nothing. Or I could play the Unbound Elemental, but then I don't have anything else to do. I really wanted this to be a Lightning Bolt, not the Frost Shock, which is useless. If I play this, I kill that, I can kill that. But then the Taunter is gone, and he's still got his Worgen here to kill my Unbound Elemental. Balls. I hate you. I'm thinking this is a difficult situation, you twat. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to play the Wolf. The wolf is on fire, but we don't need no water. We're going to kill it like this, then kill this, have that live, and we're gonna get to also play a totem. Risky business here, but with this being a 4/3, it doesn't add a Shadow Words, so this is likely to hold up against the Worgen if it held up last time. I wonder. Man, he sounds so whiny. Yeah, I wonder. He's now going to do what he should have done last turn, which is just fine by me. Does he have a Holy Nova to clear my board? Nope, just a Harvest Golem. No problem. I'm 100% okay with that Harvest Golem being there.
Shields up.
Still okay with it. No Probalo. So this Unbound Elemental will unfortunately die, but it did its duty. And that's fine. So we're going to do this. This. Now we can kill this golem. Think about this. Yeah, we'll kill this. That's fine. And do I run both of these things into that to kill it? It's not worth it, because you can kill the wolf and heal it. Yeah, we'll do this. It's a 1-for-1 trade. That looks bad, but it was a totem plus a wolf to kill the Sun Fairy Protector, which is fine. Notice I'm ahead on cards. I have 6, he has only 4. Boldavist Ogre, pretty good card. Luckily, Hex is also pretty good, and I got a backup Hex as well, so this is pretty solid. So we're going to go ahead and Hex. And I will make a totem in lieu of the Argent Squire. I don't really see much reason to have the Argent Squire, honestly, so I might as well get an extra creature on the board. Obviously, if I were like a warrior or something, I would have played the Argent Squire there rather than get 2 health. The splinter is still in my fingers. It's not annoying, or it's not painful, but it kind of hurts. He has a Fen Creeper. All right, will I use my other Hex for that? It's a little bit foolhardy to Hex a Fen Creeper if I have other options. This is unfortunately only 5 damage. This thing has 6 health. Let me think what I can do here. Oh, well, I did draw my other Hex here, so okay. What we could do is I could Azure Drake, draw a card, and then this plus Frost Shock will kill the Fen Creeper. Notice if I had played the Argent Squire last turn, I could just kill the Fen Creeper normally. So yeah, we'll do this. Let's save the Hex. I have a feeling he's gonna have more stuff. Flame Tongue. Oh yes, that's good. So we'll play Flame Tongue. Drop the Healing Totem here, and then boink. Wait a minute, I screwed up. I'm sorry, folks. I made a mistake. I should have just put the Flame Tongue next to this. It would have dealt 5 damage and the axe could have killed it. I could have kept my Healing Totem around. That was just silly. I'm sorry, that was very foolish. This preserved a tick of the axe, but that was completely not worth it.
The gates are open.
Well, my gut feeling was true. He does have more big stuff. I will use a Hex here. I think this is okay. And let's go ahead and just use this axe. Get some damage through.
The light protects me.
Alright. So we're coming up on mind control, but I don't have any good mind control targets other than like Malagos and Alakir. So, that would be annoying. So if I drew one of them, I'd be afraid to play it, since I'm going to be afraid of mind control. Though, of course, I have the Hex for it. This guy does seem to have quite the cavalcade of big minions. We saw Ogre, we saw Fen Creeper, then we saw Lord of the Arena. Unless he has just that for endgame and he happened to draw it all, and is very lucky. Okay, so he's actually kind of running out of steam here. Plays a 4-drop and a 3-drop. No, that's not a problem in my book. Alright, Fire Elemental is pretty sweet. The question is, what do I target with it? I could do this, and then the axe to kill the thing. Yeah, that seems the best. We'll just do this. Shoot that. Hit it. Use this. There. And he concedes. Bazinga Scott goes down. He played all of his endgame. I had hexes for it, and then I had a Fire Elemental for his stuff, which I just peeled off the top quite nicely, and that was that. So 6-0. Last time I went 6-0, I ended up with just 9 wins, which was a little bit disappointing, I suppose, but still, I'm always happy just to make it to 7. I don't have high standards. Well, I guess that is a pretty high standard. I mean, 7 wins is like 9% of arena entries, so that is a pretty high standard. But I'm happy to make it to 7. I don't have outrageously high standards. I'm just happy to make it to 7, and after that, whatever. So as long as I don't go out 6-3, I'll be pretty happy here. We're up against Trouble the Paladin. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to keep that Lightning Storm again, because I kept it against the other Paladin, and then like, didn't need it. However, I still feel like it's just the right move against a Paladin, generally, to keep a Lightning Storm if it's the only Lightning Storm you have. Now, if you have 2 Lightning Storms or 3, you can mulligan it, because you might get another one, and you certainly wouldn't want to have 2 if it's a situation where even 1 isn't useful. I have a text from my girlfriend. Alright, my opponent is choosing. I don't think he's AFK. He's hovering over a card. Unless he hovered over the card and then walked away. Nope, it just hovered over another card. I guess he's got a really tricky mulligan decision. Maybe he's making a video. Maybe he's got his own YouTube channel. It's called Trouble Time. And his name is Trouble that he plays in the arena. And he's commentating on, well, maybe I do want to keep this Sun Fury Protector. Maybe I should mulligan my Consecration. What if I don't need it? It's a big 4-drop. Please don't play a 3-toughness minion. Please, 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 please. Oh, okay, he's playing 2 1-mana minions, and they're both that thing. Wow, he's walking right into a Forked Lightning, and I don't have my Forked Lightning on hand. Oh, man. Do you play Stormforged Axe here, or do you just play a Totem and keep it cool? If I play a Totem, the next turn I can Stormforged Axe, I guess, and kill one of these off. He might keep him hidden otherwise. I mean, what I want him to keep him hidden, because then Lightning Storm's going to kill him. Okay, we're going to make a tech play. I'm going to play Stormforged Axe and just sit on it. My hope is he keeps those things hidden, and then I can kill him with Lightning Storm. Well met, he says. He has an ooze. Oh my god, he just gave me the bad manner well met. That is special. That is special with a capital T Eschel. Alright, now do you play Argent Squire here? Or do you just make a Totem knowing that Lightning Storm will kill all this shit next turn? Let's just go ahead and make a Totem. This actually saves me 2 damage, which is nice. And then we play Lightning Storm. Okay, so the Demolisher will survive Lightning Storm, unfortunately. But still, everything else dies, which is pretty good. I'll cure the Windlord here, so we'll do Argent Squire, Lightning Storm. I'd like to win the coin flip on this, and I do win the coin flip on it. That's important because it means the Argent Squire can kill it. The barrel hits my face, so he got me down below 20. Paladins are like one of the worst classes, though, at burning people out. So it's 5 cards to 5 after all is said and done. He will get to keep a recruit on the field at the very least. And put a Divine Protection on the Demolisher. Okay. So this way, he gets to keep that as well. I could play Knife Juggler, but that'll just die to the Demolisher. You know what? I got 2 hexes. Let's just one. More card advantage, because I just took out a Demolisher and a Hand of Protection right there. Alright, so I have another hex if he plays something big. The bigger problem would be if he plays something small. Oh my gosh. Stampede Kodo, ladies and gentlemen. Stampede fucking Kodo. Alright, well, that's a good draw. So we get to get up a card. This will die to Kodo plus the recruit, unfortunately. But as long as his card advantage doesn't get too high, crazy high, I'll kill the Windlord should catch me up a little bit. It's got a Peacekeeper, which is not that big of a deal, because this was going to die anyway. It's basically a heal 3 for the Kodo is all it was. This was like an Earthen Ring Farseer. That was literally all it did, so I'm not that bothered by it. Alright, here, let's go ahead and play Knife Juggler. Wolf and Warrior. We'll see where the knives hit. It's a pretty good hit. I'll get to kill the Peacekeeper as well, unless the knife hits the Kodo, in which case I can kill that. Although, does it really make a difference? I'll actually kill the Peacekeeper because, honestly, this is more of a threat to me being panda'd than the Kodo is. The Kodo will just kill the wolf, but the Peacekeeper can screw that up, Alakir and whatnot. I can actually play this next turn, which is pretty crazy. Choose over Champion. Alright, this is okay, because that spends most of his mana not playing a minion. Unfortunately, Alakir only has 5 health, so it will die to Truce over plus a recruit, which he is going to have available to him. Oh, that's so annoying. This is the problem with Alakir. He's just so weak. This is awkward. I don't want to Lava Burst this, but I don't want to play him and just have him die to True Silver plus a recruit. That sucks. So many dongs. It's not even funny. What else am I doing, though? Totem Flame Tongue? That's no good. Hexing this is silly. Okay, we're going to do it. Winds, obey my command. We're going to kill the Kodo. No point hitting... Well, actually, you know what? I am just going to hit that recruit. 3 damage to risk him playing Blessing of Kings and just killing this straight out is not worth it. So now he'll kill this with True Silver Champion. He'll have 4 cards to my soon-to-be 4. I've got removal, but I don't have... this is like top-tier removal. I don't have any like low-tier removal. I've already used my 1 Lightning Storm, so I could actually be in trouble if he plays a bunch of little stuff. No, he plays a Tyrian Forging, which is just fine by me, because I do have that Hex. Yoink! Alright, let's do this. This. Call it a dippity dizzle day. Oh man, this is quite the back and forther. We both played our class-specific legendaries. They both got dealt with promptly. If he plays one more big minion, though, I'm in trouble, because Lava Burst only deals 5 damage. So if I don't get a spell damage totem and he plays something big, I could be in trouble.
I wonder.
Boy, tense game here. Trouble with a capital T, capital B, ubble.
Let me think.
Yeah, think about it. Think about your manners. Well met with the ooze. What a dick. Do do do, ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee. I could say I could do a backwards bad manner greetings here. It's gonna Hammer of Wrath my flame tongue, which is a totally fair move. Gives him card advantage. If he had nothing better to do, he might as well do that. Then he plays a Berserker, which is a pretty good card for him here. It threatens to get enraged. Lava Burst is overkill for it. Annoying. Very, very annoying. Forked Lightning. Well, let's see if we can get some spell damage. We cannot. However, this is really good to stop the Berserker in its tracks. So what I'll do here then is we'll do that. Pop Divine Shield for that. We're going to pass the turn. I'm not going to Lava Burst this thing. I'm going to let it eat my Taunt Totem. If he has like a Blue Glow Warrior or some other charge minion and kills the Taunt Totem that way and gets us enraged, it'll die to Forked Lightning. Oh no, he has a Sword of Justice. That's bad. That is bad. And he has a Ravenhold Assassin. Are you goddamn kidding me? Oh my gosh, that's going to hit real hard. He's going to decide to keep all of his charges in lieu of killing one of my things. I'm at Elemental, pretty good drop here. Play a Totem, hopefully for spell damage. Got spell damage, yippity-doo-dah. We're going to go ahead and Fork Lightning it up. Bemoan the fact that this thing is stealthed, so I can't kill it. I could Lava Burst his face for 6, but he's got way too much health for me to really consider burning him out. So we're going to go ahead and swing. Ravenhold Assassin will now die to the Unbound Elemental, but I'm at 9 health, he might actually be able to kill me. It's not impossible. He's got a Consecration to clear out most of my board and deal 2 damage. I am definitely very far behind. Even if these two trade, which they aren't anymore, he's still way ahead. Oh god, this is getting ugly. I've already used my Lightning Storm, I've already used 2 hexes. It's just gonna hit me in the face for 8. I got nothing here. Alright, well, if I got... Actually, even if I don't get spell damage, I can actually clear his board out. Well, let's do it. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I could deal 10 damage to him, 12 damage to him. If this thing hadn't gotten the silence, that would have been nice, but 12 damage it's just not enough. So we have to, well, it doesn't really matter how we do it. We'll send a Lightning Bolt here, Lava Burst here, kill the recruit there. He can now use his weapon to kill my Unbound Elemental, and then he's got 2 cards to my 0. So this is bad. I would need a Malagos, but it doesn't even... Actually, I don't even want to draw Malagos because I can't play him because I'm overloaded. So I need to... I don't even know what it would take. He would need to play like some really crappy creature, and I would need to top deck Fire Elemental and kill it. That's like the only conceivable thing that would get me back into this game. He has another Consecration. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. And a Nightblade. Wow. That is a pretty good Nightblade. It must be said. This bear does... Oh my god, the premature well played. The premature well played. That is not a well played situation. He was out of cards. He cannot guarantee that he'd win. He might not win still. It's actually not impossible. So he'll do that. Okay, so he's definitely on track to winning now. Fire Elemental no longer saves me. Yeah, I don't think I can win. I don't have any more lightning storms, but he doesn't know that. Ass twat. Alright, we're gonna play Senjin, and unless I flip a taunt totem, lose the game. Actually, even if I flip a taunt, I think I still lose. So I cannot kill... If I could kill that Nightblade, I'd be fine, as it is the Nightblade with its 2 health instead of 1 health. We'll get to kill the Senjin, then it breaks through for lethal. I'm not gonna say well played, because this guy was an asshole. And I hope if he has a YouTube channel, it fails terribly. I don't even know why I think he has a YouTube channel. There's probably just an asshole who plays Hearthstone. Whatever. You win, sir. You win. Once again, at 6-0, I end up losing my first game, which is a bit scary. But still, as long as I can make it to 7, I will not be upset. I finished up a couple of 60 gold dailies today, jumping within spitting distance of 8 wins. Or, sorry, with 8,000 gold. I thought I'd never get far above 7,000, but then I went on a hot streak. I am on fire. Literally on fire right now. It's burning, burning. Ow. Somebody get me some butter. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get butter. Butter's actually bad for burns. The idea that you should put butter on a burn is an old myth. Butter actually makes things worse, as do all greasy things. My girlfriend actually burned her hand recently. She has one of those gas, she's one of those, like, gas stoves and gas ovens. And when you, like, bake something in the oven, the top of the stove gets, like, super hot. So we had, like, a pan there with, like, rice that we'd been boiling. And she was baking scones in the oven, and she took the pan with rice off the top of the stove, and it actually like burned her hand because it had gotten so hot from the oven. Anyway, the point of the story is, I went on and I looked up like what to do with a burn, and I found an NHS website that said that you want to run it for 10 minutes. You want to run it under like cold or lukewarm water for 10 minutes, and then like put it in a plastic bag. If it's a hand burn, but do not put butter or anything or grease or anything like that in it. Now, I made a totem instead of flame tongue because I didn't need the flame tongue here. Might as well put an extra thing on the board and then flame tongue to get more use out of it. I'm gonna coin for a 3-drop. This will almost certainly die to flame tongue as long as it's not Scarlet Crusader. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so that's great. I'm really happy about that because now I get to do this. Kill that thing. And swing for 2. No, it's actually pretty good. This was not a Flame Tongue totem, because now I can drop him, and if the Flame Tongue is still here, he'll swing for 4. He'll be a charging 4/5 for 4 mana, which is crazy. If he just armors up or... Okie dokie! That just happened. I don't know what... I don't know. I don't know why he conceded. I think we just caught the right person at the right time, because really... I don't know what kind of hand you'd have to be that confident that you were going to lose. I don't know how, like, he had like 6 cards in his hand or something. He was the second player. He had not played anything that game except for a Frothing Berserker. How could you be that confident you would lose? I don't know. You'd only concede if you were having a bad day. So yeah, that's that. Even if he had like a bad hand, even if it was all like rampages and whirlwinds or something, I don't know. Like, it's still, I could have an even worse one. Glockwork. Oh, it's a really great name because it's like clockwork, but like Glock the gun. Do you get it? Okay, that was good. I am not gonna keep Fire Elemental, nor am I gonna keep these wacky Dinkosaurus Rex removals. Let's just keep the Argent Squire and see if we can get some actual cards. And we got our legendaries, which is not the greatest thing ever, to be totally honest with you. Wouldn't have minded those showing up a little bit later, but at least we have some plays. I can do this on turn 1. Maybe this on turn 2 if needed. Otherwise, just a totem. And then, who knows? Actually, it doesn't look like I'm going to use the coin anytime soon. So I might as well just keep on playing. Alright, now here's an interesting moment. Do you play the Stormforged Axe? I think actually you do. Now the reason I'm playing Stormforged Axe here is that I don't want to play it next turn. If I play it next turn, then I'm overloaded on turn 4, but I don't want to be overloaded on turn 4. I want to be overloaded on turn 3. I'll just play a totem then. Oh my goodness. That's why she didn't. I was going to comment that it was strange that she did not ping the Argent Squire. But that was why she wanted to play Blood Knight. Well, I'm going to have to use the coin then, unfortunately, to stop that. So that was really strong for her. I mean, You might say that I was lucky having a Hex, but it's still a strong play for the mage. She played a 3-mana minion. It silenced my Argent Squire, and it took up away a Hex that could have been used later to kill something much bigger and scarier. So, yeah, that was it's a bit unfortunate. Here I'm going to play the Yeti because I don't really need more cards. I'm doing okay on cards, and the extra power, for all I know, might be very relevant, depending on what she drops on turn 5. So she has 8 cards to my 7. Which is fine because actually it's not fine. I'm the second player, so I should not be equal. Oh, I should be ahead. That's weird. All right, so here again, I don't really care that much about the extra card, so we're just gonna go ahead and make a totem. At what point do you hit? I'm just gonna start hitting her with this axe. I have another axe in the deck, and the more the time goes by, the more the odds increase that she'll just get an ooze and kill it. So I might as well get some damage through. Well, we're at turn 6, and she still hasn't really played anything big, which is interesting. She'll kill the Argent Squire off, which is fine. Flame Tongue, interesting. Well, let's first draw a card. Alright, good. We'll play Flame Tongue. The way I'd like to do it, I think, is, this axe that and hit that. That lets me keep everything. She could flame strike, but this is a totem. These two guys got a kill, and this drew me a card, so I don't really care about flame strike. She has it, okay. So she's ahead on cards. She has 7 to 6, slight advantage, and I top deck a motherfucking Hex. Oh no! Ugh. So this thing I cannot play it. I'm 1 turn away. Got nothing to Hex or Lava Burst. I could Lava Burst or Frost Shock her face, but then I wouldn't be able to, because of the Overload, play the Alakir. Oh no, that sucks. So my hope is I can just use this to kill whatever she plays.
Mind if I roll need?
Fire Elemental is an intriguing possibility as well. I could Fire Elemental this axe and make a totem. That's actually better than the Alakir, because it puts a bigger body on the board, hilariously. So we'll do this. Axe it a question. Now the Loot Hoarder does get to survive, but the Taunt Totem prevents it from hitting my Fire Elemental, which I feel pretty good about. Alright, so she has 8 cards on the screen. I have 6 and 2 totems. Well, I got her to use a Polymorph, which is nice. So that means she might not have a Polymorph if I play Malagos. She's gonna shoot the sheep. Fair enough. Alright, I'm not gonna play Malagos here. We're gonna go ahead and play Alakir. Winds, obey my command. Yes, yes, we're gonna just kill her minions. Not the most impressive turn ever, but she now has... Hey, there's the healing totem working it again. She has 7 cards to my 6. I've got Hexes, so please God, please play big things. Don't play little things. And then I can play Malagos next turn and Frost Shock for 6 damage, which will kill most things. This is a really good card for her. It kills the Alakir. I don't really want to use big removal on it. She gets to kill my healing totem if she wants now. Mana Worm. Okay, she must kill this, or else she wouldn't have played a Mana Worm in front of it. Oh my God! If that is a mirror entity, if that is a mirror entity, FML. All right, we're gonna go for it, folks. If it's a mirror entity, it's a mirror entity. It's fine. We'll just deal with it. But I'm just not gonna play around it. It's a mirror entity, of course it is. Alright, so here, Frost Shock will deal 6 damage, but that, unfortunately, is not enough. So what we're going to have to do here is... Well, let's think. I can actually Frost Shock her face down to 16 health. This threatens to basically kill her, but... no. We're going to go ahead and Frost Shock that. Kill the Mana Worm. Hit her in the face. Pass a turn. Healing Totem heals this up. Well, let's hope she doesn't have a polymorph for my Malagos. Actually, Fireball will also kill it, because obviously if the spell damage makes it deal serious damage. Let's see what she's got. She has another secret. And does she have Fireball or Polymorph? She's a Tauren Warrior. Not impressed. Not impressed. Does she have a Fireball or Polymorph? Earthen Ring Farseer! Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so now let's take a look at the situation. This does not target... You know, I could have actually used this to kill the Drake. Ah, that would have been smart. Then I would have had the Frost Shock and this for 16 damage, and I could have maybe killed her. That might have been smarter. Well, anyway, she actually let me keep this alive. So this is 10 damage. We're going to have to Hex that. My only concern is that this might be a counterspell or a Spellbender, in which case I'd want to Earthshock first to test for it. Well, let's check for Mirror Entity with the Infiltrator. That's definitely getting played this turn. This time it is not Mirror Entity. Okay, let's check for... Yeah, I'll just use a Hex to check for the counterspell. It's not a counterspell or spellbender. I could Earthshock to kill this thing. It's a bit overkill, but it's better than using a Hex. So yeah, we'll Earthshock. Kill that. Do that. Get a spell, more spell damage. Pass the turn. So this guy is extremely useful because he gives me a way to get through this frog. Now, I might not actually want to do that. I might actually want to Malagos to hit the frog and use him to check for a, for Vaporize slash... Well, let's just check for Vaporize. So I don't want Malagos getting Vaporized, obviously. Wild Pyromancer, don't care. And he's going to play a Panda. She's going to play a Panda.
The light protects me.
Okay. This is exactly what I didn't want to see because she got a bunch of little chumpy trash. I would much rather... Oh, okay, so now I have 2 Lava Bursts. Well, as long as it's not Ice Block, I should be good to go. Let's see, let's kill the frog like this. Let's check. Wait a minute. If it's Ice Armor, that puts her up to... I'm gonna just risk it being an Ice Block. We're just gonna freaking risk it. The odds are so small. Okay, it was not Ice Block, it was Vaporize or Ice Armor, and we get the kill. Wow, Malagos was really good there. What could it have been? It could have been a Harrison Jones. Well, I think it was worth it, even with her getting one through Mirror Entity. Granted, you know, she did have a Malagos for a turn, so if she'd had any, whatever, Arcane Missiles or Frost Bolts or whatever, then I could have been in a lot of trouble. Even a humble Frostbolt would have dealt 9 damage. She could have easily killed my Malagos off. So I got a little bit lucky there. But then again, you know, she had Flame Strike, and she had a Polymorph that she used prematurely. Not prematurely, but, you know, I baited it out of her, and she had a Mirror Entity that got a Malagos. So how much more luck can you want? Gridman, the mage, different mage than what we played last time, I believe. We're going to mulligan all this stuff. That's one issue with this deck, is it's really, really good at killing huge things. So if the opponent does not give you huge things to kill and plays lots of little things, I mean, you got your Stormforged Axes, and you got the 1 Lightning Storm, and that's about it. Alright. Stormforged Axe on turn 2 is awkward, because then it means I have to use the coin if I want to play the Unbound Elemental on turn 3. So if I'm sending the coin anyway, I might as well just coin on turn 2 and get this out of turn sooner. But let's not take any chances. If I coin this out, it can die to this plus Fire Blast. We'll just play the Stormforged Axe and accept it. This is looking really grim. Do I really have this much removal in the deck? I feel like I played a mage deck earlier where I was like afraid of having too many spells. No, a rogue deck. And it turned out to be just fine. This deck, I wasn't the slightest bit concerned about it. And like, I keep on having too many spells. What the hell? Now, with this Blade Master, I can't kill it with the axe, and coining this out seems silly because it does just die to the Blade Master. So we'll just play a totem and bide our time. Doesn't really matter what type it was. 1/1 would have been the only interesting one, to see if I could get the hit with the to kill it with the axe, or if she'd Fire Blast it. She has Ascension. Oh dear. So now I could play the Unbound Elemental and Forked Lightning, but then, because this is not spell damage, the Forked Lightning doesn't kill either of them, and I can't finish this off with the axe. This will be at 3 health. I can't finish it off with the axe either. Annoying. Annoying. Let's play Senjin ourselves. Says Dingo, yes. Look at the warrior didn't do enough. Balls. She does have the fireball. Now I'm gonna go down to like 16 health. This axe is basically not even usable anymore. Oh no. This is bad. This just went all the way bad. Okay, let's hope we get spell damage. Please? Yep, nope, not a chance. God damn it. I could do this. Coin, fork, lightning. Still accomplishes absolutely nothing. FML. Alright, we have to hex this engine. You know what? Screw everything. We're gonna do this. And hit this guy. This guy's gonna hit me anyway, so I might as well kill it. But I'm at 12 health against a mage on turn 6, so this is pretty bad. I mean, pretty much a couple of fireballs and I lose. I don't have any healing in this deck. I made it to 8 wins, which is good, and I've got one more loss in me, but that game just really went all the way bad. All the way from the beginning. Grizzly also does not die to this. Oh my god. What do you do here? What do you do? I wonder. Alright. Let's, hex that. Hit the bear, because it was going to hit me anyway. Throw the 1/1 away to kill the bear. And stay at 9 health. Just how I like to be. Spending my hexes on 4 and 3 drops and being at 9 health. She has a Yeti, which will die to Lava Burst, so that's nice. And a secret. Well, I really hope it's Ice Armor or Vaporize, because any other one would be really, really bad for me. I don't want her to copy this. And I don't want her to counter or redirect this. And I can't afford to play around things. Oh, it's a counterspell. This thing actually, oh, it still triggers. I could have fished for counterspell with Earthshock, but here's the thing. It was not likely to be a counterspell or spellbender. It was much more likely to be Vaporize or Ice Armor, so I didn't want to waste spell playing around it. When you're behind, you gotta take risks. So the risk I took was something that was not likely to happen, and then it pays off with a loss. Oh geez, I can't deal with that at all in the slightest. And that thing's not dead, but it is frozen, so I can't attack with it. Oh man. Well, let's see what we got. And we're just going to go ahead and concede. Well, let's see if we get a taunt totem. I'm actually still dead, is the funny thing, because one of them hits it, the other one hits me. Yeah, this is over. She couldn't miss it. I'm not going to count on that. That sucked. A load of steaming dongs is what that did. Yeah. Had all the removal in the universe. It was just the wrong removal. If I'd had like a simple lightning bolt there for killing that grizzly, would have been much better than the hex. Lame. Well, 8 wins. Even if I lose the next one, still a pretty good run. Continues my hot streak. I'm building up a margin of being above 50% for making it to 7 wins. And let's see what we can do. It's all gravy from here. Who knows, I might get lucky and win 4 games in a row and get up to 12. Another Paladin. Jeremy the Paladin. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. This is good. This will take out 2 recruits. It's always nice. I got my legendaries and my shitty removal spell. Let's mulligan all that. Keep the squire. I feel like I've done this already. Might have even been also against a Paladin, hilariously enough. This is kind of awkward. I could coin the Grizzly on turn 2 and have nothing on turn 3, or coin my 4 drops back to back on turn 3 and 4, but then the time passes the Grizzly by. Really no good way to do it. Ah, that makes everything way better. Now I can coin one of these on turn 2 and play the other on turn 3, and I've got this to kill a recruit if he makes a recruit. If he plays a real card, then I can't kill it anyway, so I might as well just play one of these and hope. He does, however, have a recruit, which is great. So which one do you do, the Unbound Elemental or the Bear? I think actually the Unbound Elemental, although I don't have any overload cards. In general, I'd rather have a 2/4 than a 3/3. And this thing is more threatening and harder to kill. I don't need the taunt. And he makes another recruit. Fair enough. So very slow start. You observe he did nothing on turn 2 or 3. Now he played the Grizzly. Don't see much of a reason to throw the Argent Squire away, so we'll take a point of damage off the Unbound Elemental. Now these guys both survive Consecration, which is nice. They're both at 3 health. They both died at True Silver Champion, unfortunately, but if he True Silvers to kill the bear, then I can play the Gnomish Mentor. Alright, so he's going to do Sword of Justice. This is a very, very slow start for the opponent. He recruited on turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4 he pretty much did nothing. He just played a Sword of Justice. So basically what's happening here is he's geared up to be very strong, but he's way behind on the board. And I do have Hex and Lava Burst. He's actually, I would say I have the advantage to win this game very strongly right here. I mean, anything can happen, of course, but very strongly I have the advantage because of the board presence and how slow of a start he had. This will let him kill my Grizzly. So it's a start. I could Lava Burst it. I could Lava Burst his face and then use this, which will have grown, to kill that. But I don't really see the point of that. Let's just go ahead and do Stormwind Knight. Run in. I'm going to throw the Squire away. The reason I'm throwing the Squire away instead of using the Gnomish Inventor to kill it is that if I use the Gnomish Inventor, I'm wide open to Consecration. This way I have 2 minions to survive Consecration. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Infiltrator, and you might think, well, Boris, if you're talking about Consecration, why are you playing the Infiltrator? Well, because if he plays Consecration, that's 2/3 of his turn, and all he's going to do is make a Recruit or a 2-drop. It's just not worth it for killing 2 minions. Okay, so he's going to do it anyway, which I'm down with. He now gets to kill the Unbound Elemental if he wishes, but that would require him to take 2 damage. And then he'd have 1 fewer minion that would get buffed, so I'm okay with it. He's actually choosing not to do that, which I think is a mistake. I think he should have killed this off. Now I will use it to kill that Recruit. Swing for 2, play a Yeti, play a Recruit. I've got all the removal in the universe. And actually, Paladins are really bad at getting rid of Malagos. Like, really bad. Like, one of the worst classes in the game at killing a 12 toughness creature. So if he doesn't have minions on in 3 turns, he's in a lot of trouble. Okay, never mind. 2 turns. That actually is a pretty big deal that he gave me an extra mana. Then he's going to face death to double Lava Burst a turn after that. Okay. I could Lava Burst this now, or I could Hex it. Do I want to go all in on this Malagos double Lava Burst gambit? I mean, I can practically kill him already. This is like 12, 14. I actually can deal 6. If I flip a spell damage, oh, I already have spell damage, damn it. This is actually, yeah, this is 6, 12, 14, 16 damage. He's down to 1 health. If I had 1 more removal spell, I would totally do that. But I don't want to send Lava Burst on this Demolisher because, you know, if I just get 1 more removal spell, I win the game. So yeah, we're going to just do that and pass the turn. It might seem a little bit crazy. Oh, I lost spell damage. But it seemed worth it to me. Now I got 5, 10, 11 damage because I lost the spell damage. I could have hexed this and killed it, but that would have meant dealing 2 less damage to the face. Or I could have hit him in the face and then hexed it. Ah, that might have been smarter. Anyway, unless he plays a prodigious quantity of big stuff this turn, Malagos should survive.
Let me think.
And then I will be able to Lava Burst the following turn for major damage. I could also pass on Malagos. And if I did that, then I could like Hex this turn, make a totem. Okay, he's gonna get this going on. Fair enough. So Malagos now, there's 4, 6, 9, 10 damage here. That's annoying. Okay, we'll save the Malagos then. I still have 11 damage here, not enough to burn him out. We're not gonna Malagos though. Let's get a totem. Spell damage. Okay, so I can deal 6, 12, 14 damage to his face. Alright, here's the plan. I'm going to Hex this. And I could Earth Shock this to reduce... Oh yeah, the Earth Shock will actually kill it. The Earth Shock cannot target the opponent. So I'm going to Earth Shock this, which will kill it, actually. You have to be very careful when planning your Earth Shocks. So now what I'm going to do... Next turn, I'm going to play Malagos and Frost Shock his face, even if the spell damage totem is dead, which it will be. So this will actually still deal 6 damage to him. He'll be at 9 health, and then the following turn I'm going to double Lava Burst and kill him. It'll be very difficult for him to life gain away from that and kill the Malagos. Dark Iron Dwarf, okay. So he can kill both of my totems this turn. And I'm at a high enough life total, he should not be able to burn me out. He's got life gain here. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. This is scary. I probably just fooled myself into playing super badly with this Malagos. Because now I'm going to deal 6 damage to him, but he's actually healed up to the point where Lava Burst won't kill him unless Malagos actually survives. Okay, so I could play Unbound Elemental, and then Lava Burst his face twice, down to 7 health, and I'd have a 4-6, which would actually still be quite killable. Alright, we're going for it. I'm going to do this, we're going to Frost Shock his face. The frosting is actually not irrelevant, because that means he can't deal 4 damage with his weapon. So he's got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. He needs 3 more damage to this, like a Hammer of Wrath, or 2 buff creatures, or Consecration and something else. If he can kill this, he wins. If he can't kill it, there's 20 damage coming at his face. So we're going all in on this Malagos. Does he have 3 damage? He has a Sunwalker, which makes no difference to anything whatsoever. And I think he made the right move. I mean, basically, the odds of me having double Lava Burst in my hand after playing Malagos are pretty small. So I think he played for his outs. His out is that I don't have the spells to kill him with. Because now he's got lethal damage here. 4, 5, 7, 8, 14 damage. Unfortunately for him, I do actually have double Lava Burst. I'm not going to show him the Lava Burst. I'll show him the Fire Elemental I just top decked. And then that is that. So Jeremy, the cleverly named Paladin, goes down. It was a really close call there. You could say that Malagos won me the game, but I mean, if it weren't Malagos, it would have just been some other creature I would have played, and then I wouldn't have been like holding things back. It would have been very easy for me to fight fair that game and just, you know, kill his creatures with the Lava Bursts. Considering how good of a start I got off to, that was a very close finish. I probably misplayed that. I probably gave him... I mean, he was 3 damage away from winning. All he had to do was kill the Malagos and the game was over. Chatcat 456. Well, maybe that's not right. Hang on. If he had killed my Malagos, he would have actually had to throw away all of his minions. All of his minions would have had to die. So then we would have been approximately equal on cards. I could have mopped stuff up with my removal. Boy, I don't know. It's close. It's close. Hard to say. Alright, so do you coin a totem on turn 1? The obvious answer is sure, because then you can play Flame Tongue afterwards and kill a recruit. But I've got a Stormforged Axe here. I might just play that on turn 2 and kill the recruit anyway. Then overload it on turn 3, play a totem, and then I can wait for Flame Tongue after that, but then I'm not playing Stormwind Knight. Okay, so I do want to coin a totem here. I think that gives me the best long-term board presence prospects. So if he's good, he should realize that I have a Flame Tongue here and not play any 3/2s. He should either play a 2/3 or a Recruit. Healing Totem's actually a nice pick because if he does play a Recruit, once the Healing Totem kills the Recruit, it will heal itself back up, and then it might actually be able to kill more than one Recruit. He will make a Recruit here, which is smart. I don't know if that's all he could do, because he thought about it for a while, or if perhaps he isn't just a canny player who knows that a totem on turn 1 from a Shaman means there's a Flame Tongue coming up. Wow, this is the second Paladin in a row to play back-to-back recruits. I'm kind of surprised. Do you play the Knife Juggler here, or do you make a totem? I'm going to play the Knife Juggler here. I want to bait out his removal. And they might say, Boris, why are you putting the Knife Juggler over here? Why are you not putting it over there to the Flame Tongue? Well, I want my totems to be next to the Flame Tongue. I don't want the Knife Juggler to be next to the Flame Tongue. So now we're going to see if he has removal like a Hammer of Wrath or Truce of a Champion. I'd be fine with either one of those, because then I can just start dropping my 4s, and I'd be in pretty good shape. He's got a Truce of a Champion, so he will, it seems, kill the Knife Juggler. He's going to play a free Dread Corsair, which is extremely irritating. I actually really hope he kills the Knife Juggler, not the Flame Tongue. We'll see. He kills the knife juggler. That's really good. So the knife juggler was very important there. It functioned as bait. Otherwise, if he had killed the flame tongue, it would have been really difficult. I would have had to. Well, I would have had to lose the knife juggler to kill the dread corsair, I guess. So here I have an interesting option. I could actually play the Stormwind Knight, of course, and kill his dread corsair. But then the True Sliver will just kill the flame tongue. If I play the grizzly, I can protect the flame tongue. And I could then throw the healing totem at this and frost shock this thing to death. No, that seems silly. Let's just do this. For the king. We'll kill that. Hit him. Now, if he kills the flame tongue, I've still got a 2-3. And a Yeti to come down right afterwards. I'd say, though, he did pretty well with the True Sliver Dread Corsair combo because that enabled him to kill my Knife Juggler and then also stop me from dealing some damage. It's a very strong combo there. And he had to spend no mana killing my Flame Tongue. Now I've got 6 cards that I told him to his 6 cards, which is fine. He's going to put Blessing of Wisdom on my Stormwind Knight, which is fine. I don't really mind that too much. What? Where did the sound go for a second there? Okay. So I could play the Yeti, but given that this Blessing of Wisdom's on it, let's go ahead and make a Grizzly instead. And make a Stormforged Axe. Kill the recruit that way, pass the turn. So this guy's not attacking, but he is definitely still there. Poised when I deem it useful. I could also later on potentially Earthshock this thing to stop its ability and deal 1 damage to it. Could be useful. This is a really sad play. Oh my god, it just dies to my Grizzly. Does he have a Divine Shield to put on it? He does. Alright. Well, that's actually still a pretty sad play, I would say. Alright, since I just drew my other Stormforged Axe, I might as well be liberal with my applications of this one. We'll pop the Divine Shield, kill it, give him a card, and kill off his dude. And we're going to play Yeti. I could have tried fishing for spell damage, so Frost Shock would have killed that without giving him a card, but I feel like it's worth it to give him a card and kill off a minion. So he has 6 cards to my lots more than 6. That's great. Look forward to Stormforged Axing, hopefully a recruit, and then I can remake the Stormforged Axe. And then we have 2 hexes, so hopefully he will play big things. And then I bide my time until I get one of my legendaries or my Fire Elemental, which are my endgame cards. That is a very unimpressive turn 7 play, which I am just fine with. Consecration will kill off my bear, and it will make it so that the Yeti will get killed by the Blade Master. That's annoying. Lava Burst is not worth using on this. Frost Shock plus Axe is a way to kill it, but I might as well just throw this thing away for some value. So let's get a Totem. Spell damage. Frost Shock. Still doesn't quite kill it. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll give him another card, because it means this creature dies. Hit him. Hit him in the face. Marvel at the fact that I have a handful of removal all the time in every single game. And put another axe into play. So he's still got 6 cards. I also have 6, but my cards are all removal. He's just not giving me anything that's worth using these cards on. Play something big. Play a nice Tyrion. Tyrion Forging. He's really good, I hear. Choose of achievement. No! Don't kill my stuff, you ass twat! Ah, fuck. Oh, and he's playing like a just bajillion little things. Okay, this is how it's gonna be, huh? This is how it's gonna motherfucking be. Alright, so he gets to kill the Yeti. I have nothing to play. I really need a minion rather desperately. Please give me a minion. Okay, that's a pretty good minion. It's very good on this board and it draws me a card. I will not complain about that. Top deck. Senjin. Oh, the Overload. It burns. Alright, let's make a totem, see what we get. Healing totem, taunt would have been better. Stops the True Sliver champion, but we'll go ahead and do this. And, should I Frost Shock that? I don't know if it's worth Frost Shocking that. We'll just pass the turn. Man, he just will not play anything big. Maybe he realizes that I have been holding on to these cards for a while and that I'm likely to have hexes. So he's not playing anything big on purpose, but it is annoying how many times I've had these hexes and how little use they have given me. It's one of those weird cards. It's the Shaman's only single target removal card, but it's not very good to use because of the frog it leaves behind on things that are small. Well, I'm not overloaded, so if I do top deck Malagos, I can play him. It's a good thing to play against a paladin. Or Alakir would also be fine. Oh my god, he just will not play anything big. He's only going to play small things. Oh my god. Only small things. And I don't have my Lightning Storm, which is what I really would want. That's what I really want in this world, is just my Lightning Storm, and that's the one thing I don't have. Well, Senjin actually holds up pretty well against this board. He's got 2 cards left. I could use my removal suboptimally. Oh my god, he just stretched wide against a Lightning Storm. Like, it's nobody's business. Lightning Storm will just kill his entire board, except for maybe this thing. No Lightning Storm for me. I don't have any card draw. Alright, we're going to flip, see if we get some spell damage. We actually do. That's great. So we can kill the Knife Juggler then. Going to play Senjin. And Bluegill Warrior to kill that. That seems a bit weak. Let's hit that with my axe. Hang on to the Bluegill Warrior for killing this 3-2, and then call it a day. So he's almost out of cards here, which is good. I'm a little bit low on health, but again, Paladins aren't the greatest at burning things out. Should he dare to play anything big, I'll just Hex it. And then, now he can use this 3-2, which I wanted to kill with the Bluegill Warrior. Lame. Luckily, though, if this is the only taunt he has, I'll be able to kill this Panther. Unfortunately, I'm actually getting pretty low on health here. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Alright, well, we're gonna do this. Bluegill Warrior to kill one of his 4-2s. We'll Hex the other one. Is it worth Lava Bursting his 2-3? Needs to be a taunt. It's not a taunt. Yeah, well, I made the decision for myself, I guess, by, you know, playing this wolf. If he had 0 cards, I would have been more okay with using my removal to kill on something really little. But see, there we go. Oh, geez. Oh, my gosh. Those were 2 shockingly good cards. Oh, man alive. And this frog is incredibly good, of course. That is the downside of Hex. This taunt frog really protects his stuff. He has the lethal blow here. And he sees it. Well, that's it. So this is actually the second time in a row that I was at 6-0 and then went up to 9-3. Pretty annoying games, although I had some really tough matchups. Non-stop Paladins were difficult for me, and I fought my share of mages here as well. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, do please like the video and or consider subscribing to my channel. Let's go ahead and take a look at our prize for 9 wins. The annoying thing about 9 is you can get non-gold common cards, which is really obnoxious. Luckily I got a golden one. Also, the gold prizes are lower than what you can get for 10. Here we got 175. Well, that's 8,000 on the nose, if only for just a second. Pretty cool milestone. Let's take a look at our pack. It is a normal pack with one of the worst rares of all time. And I think we got a golden Bloodlust. Yes, that was what it was. Golden Bloodlust, stupid animation lag. So, I've never actually seen a gold Bloodlust before. Yeah, that is not one of the more impressive animations, so that's cool, I guess. And then Priestess of Elune is hiding out over here. Nice and gold and useless. It'll be a dark day whenever I put that in my constructed deck. Alrighty, let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. We will play Shaman, Warlock, or Warrior. Oh, that is quite possibly the worst possible combination. I just played Warrior and Shaman, and I'm on vacation from Warlock. Well, fuck me sideways. We'll see what we do. Thanks for watching once again, folks. I'll see you next time.